Welcome back to another episode of NBA 2K12. And now, this video, the second game of the day for Monday night. We're off to Phoenix, Arizona, live in US Airways Center for the second game of the day. It's the New York Knicks and the Phoenix Suns. And for this game, the Suns will have to use the orange shirts, and the Knicks will use for the white shirts. And this is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Don't crash the game. It might be gonna lose the record, causing it might be potential update issues. Now we'll do it for now. We'll enjoy the video. Let's see what's gonna be the next result of the Knicks and the Suns game. And anyways, enjoy the video live in Phoenix.
Damon Bruce here, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Monday Hoops coming up. It's going to be the New York Knicks up against Grant Hill and the Phoenix Suns. And now let's send it out to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll see you at halftime, everybody.
Welcome everyone to the NBA live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And our sideline reporter is Doris Burke. It's a happy hometown crowd here at the US Airways Center. The Phoenix Suns are home. Now let's check out the State Farm starting lineups. First for the New York Knicks. Melo and Amari at the forward slots. Jeremy Lin is out there with Davis, and it's Chandler in at the 5 spot. And for the Suns, Hill at the 3 with Stoudemire at the 4. Nash out there with Brooks, and it's Gortat in at the center position.
You know, guys, despite the fact that the Suns fell off a little bit at home last season, they hung pretty tough against the East, going 17-13 in matchups against the other conference.
So Phoenix will get the first possession. And here is Brooks. Pass to Nash. A 3 ball. And it's good. Assisting in the goal was Brooks. Going back to the record book, like of last year, they struggled against the West, but they scored a winning record against the East.
Well, that's to be expected, Kevin. The East was the weaker conference, top to bottom. And, of course, the Suns, their style was maybe a little different for those Eastern Conference teams to adapt to. Maybe Phoenix caught them off guard. Tell you what, there's not much he can't do out there, guys.
And Doris Burke spoke with Mike D'Antoni. Doris?
Kevin, he had high praise for the defense they're up against, but didn't go so far as to say they are unbeatable. He feels he has a game plan lined up that should allow them to slowly chip away at their defensive structure and allow them to control their chances on offense. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
Wonderful, Doris. Thanks for the report.
You know, that strong defense on the other side obviously has them a big concern.
Yeah, no question. And they're so good when you isolate. They're going to really close you down. So you've got to keep player movement, ball movement, trying to get that defense on the move. That's the only way you're going to get good shots against this team.
On defense, the Suns.
One of the things I love about Steve Nash, although he is right-handed, he loves to use that little pull-up jumper he has when he's going to his left. He's really on the bench. It's like he goes back to all the time he spent playing soccer. He's equally balanced on both sides of his body, and I see that with a lot of soccer players.
Here is Lynn. Grant Hill making his last shot. Outside Anthony. Passes to Davis. Pocket 6. Out to Anthony. Got a piece of it. It's going by Hill.
Great anticipation getting that steal.
And the Knicks with possession. 4-point game. Nice shot by Lynn. That's a great point you talk about in that pull-up jumper of Nash and being able to go either way, use either hand. Steve, you know he can pick teams apart with it.
Well, he can do whatever he wants on the floor, Kevin. And what I like best about him is that he just reads the situation each game. If this team needs him to score, he'll score. If not, he'll distribute. But he's so skilled. There's not anything that he can't do on the floor.
Excellent feed from Baron Davis that time.
Here's Brooks. He feeds it to Nash. Deflected by Davis. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Josh Childress, he's checked in for Phoenix. Brown comes in for Aaron Brooks. Landry Fields checking in for New York. Poked loose. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Well, took a gamble there to try to disrupt that pass.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get a hold of it, but still a nice play.
Lays out. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's Fry. Fires from the wing. Good, and the shot. Fry's got his first points in this one.
Well, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So, shows you don't have to be at the rim to score.
Now here's Nash. He has 5. Lynn, it's called for the reach. That's foul number 2 for him. And making a change here, the Knicks. Douglas is checked in. Taken away by Anthony.
Now, part of the reason they are where they are is that they have taken care of the ball for the most part. Defense wasn't able to get back fast enough to contest.
Well, they were caught flat-footed after committing the turnover that time, guys.
From outside the arc, and there's Brown. It's going to be assist by Nash. Brown's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, it was interesting. The Knicks did not come up with more wins than losses against the West last year, but they were almost 500, 14 and 16 against the Western Conference.
And here's Fry from the arc. Another 3 for Phoenix.
They get those 3 points back in a hurry, don't they?
Yeah, they sure did. It didn't take them long at all to respond.
More on the Knicks and the West. For the East, that was one of their better records against the Western Conference.
Oh, it makes sense. The Knicks have the style and mentality to play a more Western type game. In other words, getting up and down the floor, scoring big points, and really running as hard as you can on every possession.
Some changes for Phoenix. Robin Lopez is checked in for Gortat, and it's Xavier Dowdell in for Steve Nash. And a switch here also for New York. Ronny Turioff is checked in for Tyson Chandler. Here's Dowdell. Fields with the steal.
Well, credit the defense, but you've got to be more careful with the ball.
Now here's Anthony. He's guarded closely. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
He is not the guy you want to leave open behind the arc, guys. I mean, come on, you got to understand who you're defending.
Douglas kicks to Anthony. Trying to go big for the alley-oop, but good defense gotten away. Douglas with the steal. Lopez with the steal. Dowdell dishes to Fry. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Great awareness by fouling on that layup. Make him earn 2 points.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. I mean, send him to the line instead of giving up an easy 2.
Well, prior to last season, the Suns decided to let Amari Stoudemire leave for free agency. They were concerned that with all of his injuries, they just couldn't justify giving him a long-term big deal.
Now here's Anthony. And Stoudemire with the basket on the assist by Anthony.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
Here's Childress, looking for his first bucket of the game. Covered by Anthony. Childress gets the bucket. And that will tie this game up.
That's right where they wanted to go with the ball on that possession.
And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Douglas. 14 points for Carmelo Anthony. Got it off in time. And So, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Knicks out front. They're up by 3.
Yeah, this team is on the same page, no question. They're right where they need to be offensively.
And they're hitting their scores with on-time and on-target passes, too. That's fun to watch.
We'll be back momentarily. Up to this. Point a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. Here's Davis. We've got Hill. Warwick is out there with Gortat. Then it's Nash. And it's Brown. At the 2. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Feeds away. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there. Suns trail by 5.
Well, last season, Baron Davis was traded away from his hometown, L.A., with the Clippers to Cleveland. And that was a trade at the deadline that he actually took surprisingly well and played very well for Cleveland the rest of the year.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, the Suns, known for their offense, but they've also blended in some smart defensive-minded players as well. And the fans have really embraced their energy and attitude. One of those there's a lot of money to set in the obvious, and I appreciate it. Players like Jared Dudley and myself, we don't always get the recognition, but that hasn't been a problem in Phoenix. Always nice when the fans recognize you guys. Back to you.
Yeah, Phoenix has some great fans. Thank you, Doris. Stephen, in that trade you mentioned, the Clippers traded away Baron Davis and their first-round pick for Jamario Moody and Mo Williams.
On the surface, it seemed maybe the Clippers wanted to transition the locker room leadership to the young stud Blake Griffin, and you can certainly understand that. And Baron Davis, such a big personality, they felt that would be it would be best to move him along. I'm not sure I agree 100% there, but certainly can understand and the thinking if those were the dynamics at play.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Lopez comes in for Gortat, and it's Brooks in for Steve Nash. Lynn, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to... It could be a three-point play.
Well, fellas, you know, Melo coming over to the Knicks, the big story around the league, really, as the Knicks like to make headlines, and they did with that move. Some, though, can criticize New York for being more concerned with being on the front page than actually winning. I'm not sure I quite agree with that, but certainly some people may have felt that.
That's good. The Knicks leading by 5. Davis, the pass to Chandler. From about 19 feet, and there's another one for the Knicks. Back to what you brought up, they have always tried to be a part of big trades that are being discussed. Sometimes they work, Steve, and sometimes they don't for that team.
Yeah, but anytime you have a chance to get a superstar like Carmelo Anthony, I think you go ahead and do it. So New York is set up now for some success over the coming years, but we'll see how they go forward and what kind of roster they put around their two stars.
Warren gets called for block. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's the right call there. He tried to take the charge, but did not have position.
No, he didn't, Steve. He was out of position and a clear block.
Some changes for Phoenix. Gortat's checked in for Lopez. Fry comes in for Hakeem Warwick. And it's Nash in for Shannon Brown. The Knicks also changing it up. Ronnie Turioff, who's checked in for Chandler. Stoudemire comes in for Ronaldo Baldwin. And Carmelo Anthony is subbed in for Landry Fields.
He was really a non-factor in that first quarter, but he's found a way to step it up here.
Timeout called, the Suns.
This run a definite concern. They've lost all momentum. They need to try to sort this out right away.
Here's Brooks. defensive play to interrupt the alley-oop.
So now that's twice we've seen the offense collapse. That's back-to-back empty trips because of turnovers.
Yeah, and that's going to be a problem because now all of a sudden you start turning the ball over. You lose all offensive rhythm and flow.
You know, you look at Carmelo Anthony last season left the Nuggets to join Amari Stoudemire in New York, and both high-scoring forwards. And they give the Knicks a formidable 1-2 punch at the offensive end.
Hill's there, out of bounds, and they retain possession.
Hey, stand it up!
.151 left to play here in the half.
Boy, that is an alley-oop of the highest order on the front and back end.
Oh, play they've been working on, I'm sure.
That's got to be the case because that was impeccable timing.
And Clark, when you look at Carmelo and Amari as a tag team, you know, how do they stack up as a combo? That's even what the two opposite of for a team. That's the way the talents combined.
Well, I don't think they're ideal, Kevin, because they both need the ball in their hands, and neither one really makes other people better. I mean, they're not selfish players, but they're scorers, and they need the ball to be effective. And so I think it's going to take some time for Amari and Carmelo to adapt to each other's styles and to figure out how to play with each other.
Brooks right side. Brooks right side. Dishes it to Fry. Shoots the three. That traps has come from an assist from Brooks. Brooks has got his fourth assist in this one. Anthony. He's guarded by Hill. Anthony kicks to Davis. It's a look. A nice shot by Lynn. He's got 7.
I'll tell you what, right now that mid-range jumper serving them well.
Yes, it is.
No one covered. 21 points for Carmelo Anthony.
What a fantastic performance from long range.
Well, that's been his territory all game, Steve.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Boy, almost got the end one, just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Well, he did get the trip to the foul line. I know, Steve. That's a nice move.
Some changes for Phoenix. Childress comes in for Grant Hill, and Xavier Dowdell in for Steve Nash. Then for the Knicks, Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Turi. Andrew Fields comes in for Jeremy Lin. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Baron Davis. Fields with the steal. Even numbers. And here's Anthony from the arc. And the Knicks hit again from deep. Here's Brooks. 10 points for him. Fry lets it go from deep. And it's Jordan assisting on the play with Brooks. Fry's got 8 points here in this quarter. Knocked away.
That's just a horrible decision. We got to be more patient with the ball.
And that does it for the first half of play.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. He's got 24 points. And talk about the 3-ball for him. Wow. Unbelievable from long distance.
Yeah, you are right, Clark. I mean, it's been fireworks from deep. He's just so dangerous out there.
And we'll return momentarily.
Hello and happy Monday to you. Here's your HP halftime report. New York leading against Phoenix. One look at their shooting percentage from the floor, and it's easy to see why the first half broke the way it did. A phenomenal performance by Carmelo Anthony. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And giving it their all, the Phoenix Suns. We've seen them getting to the foul line, taking advantage of what the other team's giving them. Aaron Brooks has been the X factor. He's got 10 points, and he's stacking up the assists too, keeping the defense off balance with his passing. It may be lopsided on the scoreboard, but these two have been trading blows. And now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K broadcast crew for the beginning of the third quarter.
second half about to start here in just a few moments. The Knicks leading by 10.
Well, the Suns missed the playoffs a year ago, and there's a lot of speculation about whether they will begin a rebuilding process. Steve Nash obviously getting up there in years. So the question for Phoenix, do they trade him? Do they keep him? Do they still try to build around him? One thing's for sure, they need an infusion of young talent.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Melo and Amari at the forward shots. Jeremy Lin is out there with Davis, and it's Chandler in at the 5, patrolling the paint. All good questions to look for answers for, Steve.
Tuesday and Thursday, reminder, tomorrow on Tuesday night, we have a flex matchup. We have a flex matchup in the West. The New Orleans Hornets will host to the Golden State Warriors on Tuesday, and Thursday remains the same. The second game on Thursday night, we're off to Mile High as the Denver Nuggets will host to the Dallas Mavericks. As part of the 2K12 2025 season simulation continues live in Louisiana and Denver.
Certainly the Suns need more young talent. This is a team that was selling first-round picks only a few short seasons ago, Clark.
And, Kevin, that's rarely a good idea. I mean, even on a stacked veteran team like the Suns, where you look at players like Luol Deng, Rajon Rondo. I mean, those players selected with some of the picks the Suns sold away. Sometimes those moves can come back to make you squirm a little bit.
Yes. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Here's Brooks. 12 points for him. Blocked again. And here's Anthony from the arc. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his 7th assist in the game. Suns trail by 14.
You know, you look at Baron Davis, 6'3", 215, and so strong and explosive. Excellent ball handling ability. When he's got his mind right and his body right, he's hard to deal with.
Making it look easy out there.
Yeah, it's been a lopsided affair on the floor, guys, and on the scoreboard.
Clark, the issues for Baron Davis, his size and strength certainly are an asset. But Steve, as far as conditioning, sometimes he comes into the season a little overweight.
Yeah, and I think what happens, Kevin, is then he works really hard once training camp starts to try to shed that weight, and as a result, he gets some knee problems and tendonitis. So Baron Davis, it's all about conditioning for him. When he's in great shape, he's one of the top point guards in the league.
Here's Brown. He's got 6. Gortat inside. And they call goaltending. They'll give him a bucket.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help them out if he was a bit more assertive.
The Knicks leading by 15. Davis kicks to Anthony. Hill's there. Shot denied. Here comes Shannon Brown. Tipped away. Inside. Deflected. And taken away by Brown. Taken away by Anthony. Outside for Davis. The 3 is launched. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 19 points for Davis.
That's 4 of their last 5 coming from long range. This offense is cooking.
Yeah, it's rolling, really rolling. And defensively, they kept collapsing. So now they're in trouble. They're in a real dilemma now. Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy, and Fonny just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yep, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin. Another 3, and we've just seen a barrage from long range here in the second half.
Well, they have come out blazing, and defensively, it's hard to deny that shot. I mean, that's a lot of ground to cover when a team spreads you out like they do.
I see him. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony against Brown. Over Anthony. Again, Phoenix.
And I think defensively, you've got to commit a second defender because he's just destroying you right now.
Yeah, one-on-one, he's been a handful.
He dishes it to Chandler. And the rejection by Gortat. Suns trail by 17. Brown outside. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. And that's 11 points for Shannon Brown.
What a marvelous job they've done of sharing the basketball. A ton of assists.
Well, they know where each other is all the time. They're moving the ball, just finding the open guy. Nobody seems to care who scores. Now, you have to love the vision to find the open man and get him the ball.
Well, you know, after the long playoff drought, the Knicks were finally back in the postseason last year. Did not quite turn out the way they hoped it would, but still, you got to think something to build on.
It's stolen by Davis. The finish. Goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Not stop. No way to stop. That, I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Stevie is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
That was the Sprite Slam Cam moments ago. Highlight real action right here. Anthony dishes to Chandler. Outside, Davis. And there's the feed to Carmelo. Over Hill. Anthony's shot is off. Yeah, back to the Knicks-Celtics series. Steve, the Knicks were swept, but they were hurt in a big way by injuries. Earlier, Clark was talking about the injured Chauncey Billups. He was a big...
Yeah, he was gone after game one. Remember, Amari Stoudemire hurt his back in game two and wasn't the same at that point. You keep those guys healthy, and I think that's a much more competitive series.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Phoenix. Childress comes in for Grant Hill, and stolen by Nash. Lopez up and in on the low.
Defense wasn't able to get back fast enough to contest.
Well, they were caught flat-footed after committing the turnover that time, guy.
Here's Mason. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Mason's got himself on the board with 3 there. Nash against Douglas. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
Set it up.
16 seconds left here in the third quarter. Brown the pass to Lopez. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the first one drops. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And here is Mason. Deflects the pass and taken away by Brown.
Boy, that's a hard pass to make. You got to lead your teammate absolutely perfectly.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, he's done a great job of finding the soft spots in that defense. Very efficient game for him so far.
Yeah, and I like what he's done, Steve. I mean, he's made a couple of jumpers here or there, but what he's really done impressively is allow the game to come to him.
We'll be right back from Phoenix. Now let's check in with Doris Burke for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, well, our spark of the game goes to the Knicks for that major surge. It was lockdown defense in the second quarter that allowed them to build this lead they now enjoy. Another quarter with that kind of defensive intensity will be more than enough to close this game out, Kevin.
Great stuff as always, Doris. Thank you. Clark, that was the game's critical point.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I really think it was. I mean, it really tipped things in their favor. No doubt about it.
Yeah, that's going to happen to you when you keep piling up those points and you get on a run like that.
Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Suns, Akeem Warwick and Robin Lopez in the middle. Xavier Dowdell is out there with Michael Pitchess, and it's Childress in at small forward.
His head was on the swivel that time, and he was able to anticipate that pass.
No reason not to pull up for the three right there.
Here's Dowdell. Latrey, and the shot is good.
Those are shots you shouldn't be afraid to take. He can make them.
Lynn, in again. New York with the triple.
And he knocks down a three of his own.
And even if he didn't, he just made it personal coming right back with a three of his own there.
Pietrus from outside. Another three for Phoenix.
Well, another uncontested three there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open threes.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open three-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up one, but you start giving three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Here's Dowdell. Another three for Phoenix.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 three-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing him. I think they've got to find a way to chase him off the three-point line.
Fields hits the reach-in call. That is his first foul of the game. And the Suns here with a different look. Gortat's checked in for Lopez. Hill comes in for Josh Childress. Shannon Brown, he's checked in for Michael Pietrus. And it's Nash in for Xavier Dowdell. The Knicks also changing it up. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Balkman. Anthony comes in for Roger Mason. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He was definitely not pleased. He said, you guys look lethargic out there and told him that one increase their by saying, this is not going to get the job done. I want to see who's going to step up.
Thanks, Doris. Everybody's running. Kicks it to Gortat. Tipped. The Knicks leading by 8. The three from Anthony. And the rejection by Gortat. Nash with it. Here's Warwick. Gortat inside. Douglas with the steal.
Careless play there. You've got to avoid those kind of turnovers.
Yeah, you really do, Steve. I mean, those really take a toll on you. They deflate any kind of rhythm you're trying to build.
Outside Anthony. Shot clock at 6. He feeds it to Chandler. Over Hill. Chandler's shot.
Well, turnovers really becoming a key storyline in this one.
Yep, another mistake at the other end, and once again, they're reaping the benefits.
Here's Hill. Good in the Nash has got 6 assists now in the game. And the Knicks with the ball. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Anthony. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. 32 points for Carmelo Anthony. And the Suns call time here. They're behind by 9. There's 1:54 left in the fourth. And the Suns making a change here. Fry's checked in. And then for New York, Jeremy Lin comes in for Landry Fields. And it's Davis in for Tony Douglas. There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. Goes right up. Hill played in with a nice touch off the glass.
This continues to be a shootout.
Well, I'm a fan as well as a commentator. I love this fast-paced action. It's going back and forth, back and forth.
defended by Nash. Davis kicks to win. Three-pointer. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his 9th assist in the game now.
Boy, he's been so cool out there. Composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense. We've seen Nash getting it done. 12 points, and the three ball's been there for him, too. He's hit 2 from out there.
You know the three-pointer gives any player an added dimension to his game that will almost always lead to more responsibility at the offensive end.
That's good from Davis on the assist by Chandler. Davis has got 13 points in the second half. Now Nash.
Hey, show it.
Chandler against Gorchak. 6 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. Lifts up. The Knicks leading by 10. It's stolen by Hill.
It's been their game. They owned it and still wreaking a little havoc with their D.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Stoudemire.
He really didn't have the room there to make that pass, guys.
Anthony. Rebound by the Suns.
I think he caught a glimpse of the defender out of the corner of his eye because he just seemed to lose his focus there for a moment.
Nash outside. From about 19 feet.
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
And here's Anthony for 3, but they recover it. Davis kicks to Anthony. Over Fry. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Davis. 35 points for Carmelo Anthony. Here's Nash.
I don't know, Clark. This looks over now.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is all bubble.
They're whistled for a blocking foul, and he'll head to the line. He misses the free. And he sinks the second.
Didn't hit them all, but didn't need to. That should seal this one up.
On the top of the key. One shot is good that time.
They probably did more of this earlier, guys. I don't think there's enough time left to get back into the game.
Guys, this is really a case of too little too late, but at least it gives them something to work off of going into the next game.
And stolen by Fry.
What a great defensive play. They are piling up the steals. But really look to run immediately after that turnover.
Well, that's how you cash in. You don't want to waste any time after the turnover. Go at it right away.
So no problem for New York. As they get the win. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony.
And that's it to it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll see you tomorrow on a Tuesday night. We're off to a part of the NBA Cup continues. The first game, which is the flex matchup. It was the pay-per-view. The second meeting since the October 29th. It was the New Orleans Hornets will host to the Golden State Warriors, and a good matchup once again, and it will be the second meeting of the night, and it did already first met on October 29. The Warriors won, defeat the Hornets, and then the second game, we're heading to Denver, Colorado. The second game, we're headed to the Denver, Colorado, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Denver Nuggets in the second game. Today, Dirk Nowitzki and Kenya Martin is going to be a great game. As we continue coverage of the Emirates NBA Cup, the fourth day of the NBA Cup continues. That's it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. As the earlier saw, the Kansas City Chiefs got the first loss of the season, losing to the rival Buffalo Bills. Steelers remains the AFC North leading, and the Chargers hold off, and a classic ending over the Bengals in the Sunday Night Football prime time. Don't forget another NFL Week 11 Monday Night Football. Tomorrow night is the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys, the Texas Showdown in Dallas. Sign up for now. This is Andre Kenshin. Reminder, tomorrow night, we're headed to Louisiana, the Golden State Warriors and the New Orleans Hornets game. And then Thursday, we're off to Denver, the Dallas Mavericks and the Denver Nuggets game. Sign up and peace out. Good night, everyone, and thanks for coming.